how a person can find more passion in their relationship, or find their mojo, as I'm often asked, or why do I find myself, my eyes are wandering, or having the urge. And recently, by the way, you know, we've seen so many world figures being exposed, you know, for having been wanderers, shall we say. We're not going to mention names here. But the whole point is this: if you want more passion in your life, in your relationship, you have to be it. You have to go there inside. If you want more harmony, you have to go inside and find the harmony first. And then you can share it with another person. But I have passion is interesting, an interesting thing for me. And there's a long story I have about it, but you'll have to wait for the other videos. But essentially, to me, what passion really means is with passion, you know, being with passion it means that you're connected to the divine. You're connected to your high self. It means that you have to get all the thoughts and all the limited concepts out of the way and move into the heart. That's what passion is. Passion comes from the heart and the heart connection. So a lot of people don't know how to get there, or they cannot get there because there's stuff in the way, the past experiences, or the woundings from childhood mostly, I have to say this. And every once in a while there's something that we bring in from past lives. I have to throw that in. So what needs to happen before we can really find true passion and stand in our passion, stand firmly in our passion, is to recognize all these burdens that we're still carrying, the bags that we're still carrying. Caroline Myss, who is one of my heroes, talks about us carrying a backpack. And in our backpack is all of these things that are cluttering up the work, so to speak. So we have to pull them out one at a time and eliminate them. We don't have to dwell on them, but we have to acknowledge that they're there. And then, because of the times that we're in right now, and there's such enormous grace that's extended to us energetically, that we can just say, okay, help. I am willing to release this. I am willing to let this part of my baggage go. Oftentimes it requires forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of another, forgiveness of the situation, forgiving God for thinking that God put it on us. We have to just move into total forgiveness that says the past is forgiven. You know? So all these things have to be dealt with before we can move into true passion. And one might say, well, it's a never-ending process, and that's true. That would be true, that literally we spend every day of our lives sort of checking ourselves out and making sure that we haven't gone back into some limited consciousness or some negative consciousness, or bought into something, a comparison or some form of competition with somebody else. We have to watch that. We have to be diligent. But within there, when you're on the path, when you're on that path and you have that dedication, you have that commitment, there are moments when all of a sudden you just totally let go, move into your heart, and you can experience passion. The reason that it comes up, this question comes up a lot, specifically in relationships, is because when we're having our intimate relationships, we want that, but we don't know how to get there because we're either carrying the job, the work on the back, or the kids, or the old relationship, whatever it is. We have to let that all go. And it's very difficult. I mean, it's one of the great challenges to be able to totally move into that space. So I have a lot of techniques that I teach to get there. And breathing is one of them, by the way. A simple little thing like breathing, but letting go, but in a very specific way. There are very specific breath patterns that we can do to just release it, and at least then allow ourselves that experience of passion in our sensual interactions with others. But I have to tell you, again, from my own perspective, I have had some amazing experiences of passion that we're not in a sensual situation. I could be in a restaurant having a meal with another person and we are so clued into each other. That heart is just vibrating so strongly, and then we share something and it's like, whoa, and there's this flood of energy that comes in, and it's passion. And so it doesn't have to be a sexual experience. So what I encourage, what I inspire, hopefully, is the process of getting us to passion.